to another corporate webinar. This is a slightly different session. We're going to be incorporating these sort of ask us anything type of sessions more and more. I know that community members have questions and we want to be able to connect with you guys a lot more often than normally. We're going to probably try to run these sessions every couple of weeks. We are going to have a special guest. You all know who that is. We've already pre-announced it. We are just waiting for John to arrive, and then we're going to add him to the panel. He's going to be with us in just a moment. So yesterday was a little bit different. Yesterday we covered some of the reasons as to why we are here, as to why we are focused on SuperOne. During this session today, we're going to give you an opportunity to ask questions. We're not going to be unmuting people just because we don't want to make a mess out of this session, but we'll simply give everybody an opportunity to add a question, to use the Q&A, and then we're going to pick some of those depending on the number, and then we're going to address them. I can already see some questions from Mario, long questions. So I'm going to go through that in just a moment. And then just give you guys a second. Steve, if you're here, I'll just make sure that you can unmute yourself, and I'm gonna see if John is already in, and then I'll be able to add him.
I am here, my friend. Super. On a Sunday, I'm here. Samantha's in there also too. We'll see if we can get her connected in. All right, everybody, we'll be right back with you. Arthur's just getting some things put together. Good to have everybody here across the globe. And Arthur too, Samantha's in the main group, if you could bring her in, and she's already standing by there. As Arthur's getting everything put together, folks, your opportunity to get your folks connected in still. It's kind of a neat opportunity to answer anything kind of day around the globe.
Super. John is on his way.
Wonderful.
So we are nearly ready. Okay.
Hello, Arthur.
Guys, yeah. Hey, John.
Can you hear me? I'm loud and clear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Ready to rock.
Also, too, Arthur, Samantha's in the main group. Just draw her if you can.
Okay. Perfect. She's in now. She's in now. Perfect.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, so guys, whilst we're setting up, whilst we're going through, because all 5 of us, we have access to your questions. If you could just drop into the chat where you're connecting in from, just so that we can see how many people we have and where they're from in terms of countries, in terms of geographical locations. And then we're going to start going through the questions that you guys have, and we'll get the party started. Okay. Tejas is here from India.
Yeah, Ireland is on. Poland. Okay. UAE, that's probably Dubai, right? Or Qatar, that area. Amazing. It's so exciting how international this is.
Super. Okay, Mario, I'm going to pick your question first, Otterbach. I'm going to pick that one too, because Mario refers a little bit to the history. Many members, many legacy members, and Andreas is also openly talking about this, have been with the business for some time. We know that SuperOne is not a brand new company, that the company's been out there for almost 3 years. And I talk about this on every single presentation. Again, it's just like many businesses. Businesses start, businesses make changes, make adjustments because of forever changing market conditions. And we always say that the company has spent a significant amount of time to fine-tune the compensation plan, to make the plan attractive. Andreas talked about that. I know before I joined SuperOne, I spent 5 hours with Andreas on a Zoom call, just Q&A, because this isn't my first opportunity. Many of us understand the digital landscape especially, and know how challenging that is to find the right company without having a physical evidence, because that's really the key. When you have a business that sells weight loss, weight management, vitamins, CBD oils, you can clearly see the product. There's no discussion. With the digital opportunities, it's a little bit different. That's why many people go through this very lengthy process of due diligence. And I knew exactly what I'm signing up to. I knew the history. I knew that the company started in 2018, and they were changing the compensation plan in order to find the plan that is the most attractive to the members. And we know that we're paying over double the industry average right now. Steve doesn't like the word double, but I think it's well suited in this situation. Our compensation plan right now, that thanks to John, has been put together, and we spent a lot of time over the summer to refine those things. It's one of the best in the industry, no question about that. So that's pretty much where that goes. We talk about this every time, because you don't want to be in a situation where you say brand new company, and then somebody goes on Google, they see the history. We address it on every call. We say 3 years, 7 years, the company behind SuperOne, 7 years on the market. They spent 4 years finding their niche, just finding their space, identifying what the focus is going to lie, where the focus is going to lie. And then they decided to settle on trivia games. That was in 2017, when they had the first game that the company released. And then the company spent further 2 years trying out basic binary, basic matrix, to find out how exactly they're going to be paying their affiliates, everyday people. So to some degree, I'm hoping that is answering. I'm gonna go through your second one. Steve,
may I add some stuff to that?
Of course, yes, by all means, yes.
Yeah, well, actually, I heard about this company about 2 years ago, and through Ingo, actually, who everybody knows here as well. And Ingo kept on calling me for like 6-8 months. And I visited him even in Germany, because we have been friends for a long time. And we had dinner together. And I said to him, today you don't talk about your gaming thing. Interested. As soon as it is gaming, I'm out. Yeah, I'm not at all into this. And then Ingo kind of kindly forced me into a conversation with Andreas in early September 2019. And I agreed to come on because of 2 reasons. Number one, to create an instant pay plan. And I said to Andreas, I was a bit arrogant with him in the first conversation. I have an idea how the plan should look like. Either you take it as that and you don't ask questions if it's going to work, or I don't do it. And then Andreas said, no, it's fine, just go ahead. And I could exactly create the plan as I have seen it in my, as I had the vision about creating a plan, because I wanted to create my final plan, my masterpiece here. And so that was in September 2019. And actually, when I came on, they had already, based on Ethereum, with a matrix plan, already a real-time thing going. And they were the only one in the world who had that. And they had already processed like 250,000 Ethereum transactions to pay people through their, basic system they had. So it was like a smart contract which existed already in 2018, 19, back then. Yeah. And when I came on, the idea was to change this to Ripple in 2020 and to have real instant payment, because Ethereum was like 3, 4, 5 minutes and Ripple is like 3, 4, 5 seconds. Yeah. And this, of course, it took some time. There were some glitches, there were some challenges. But right now, I think we are the only real-time program out there paying in Ripple real time. And that's very, very, very exciting. And what I have seen through this community that has reached to almost 200 countries now is that in some markets, in some areas, Ripple is even cooler than Bitcoin. It's more attractive than Bitcoin in some areas. And one of the members in SuperOne, one of the very early members in SuperOne, he explained to me, like, Bitcoin is the blue collar coin and Ripple is the white collar coin, like the coin of the bankers, the coin of the financial world, etc. I didn't know that. And I think that's also one of the reasons why Japan is going crazy, because the biggest bank of Japan is working very diligently with Ripple. And I think that's why the Japanese go crazy about this. So we have something very, very special here. And I'm proud of the compensation plan that I did. I am ecstatic that they succeeded in putting it onto a blockchain and putting real-time payment behind it. Yeah. And when I look what we had 12 months ago and where we are today, well, I get pumped thinking where we will in 12 months, in 24 months from now. So, okay, back to you, Arthur. That was a bit long, sorry.
That's okay. So yes, we're gonna try to compress just to be sure that we cover quite a few. Here is a good question. What kind of games are we launching? Who would like to grab that one?
I would like to say something about the games.
Okay.
Yesterday, I was on the French call, and actually the French community is growing like crazy. In SuperOne, they had almost 200 members this week in Christmas week, which is crazy for France, Christmas time. There's nothing going on, but this time it's different. And I said on their call yesterday in French that the crazy thing about SuperOne is there will be only one game. We will not have 10 games, 20 games, 30 games. Yeah, because some companies come out and say, we will have 100 games, or we will have one new game every week. And then they bring a Tetris game and a shooter game, the 100th version of the Tetris, the 200th version of Breakout, or the 300th version of Pac-Man. That's not us. We are creating a new game. We are disruptive. We are disrupting that space. And that's what people need to understand. So we will have one game. In 10 years, we will still have only one game. And Andreas put that very clearly. There is no intention to have more than one game, but we want to have the game, not one game, but the game. And then there is content coming into this ecosystem. Yeah, and there's even ways to compensate people who contribute content, like questionnaires, like pictures that will be reviewed by SuperOne before they are put on in the game. But there will be like 10,000 facets of the game, but it will always be just one game. And that's what excites me so much. And the other stuff that excites me is it is conveying knowledge. It's making people smarter instead of making people dumber, because TV and Netflix mostly and most of the games out there, they make people dumber. And I think it's ethical to have something that makes people smarter. That's very important for me. That's why I'm here. So that's my take on the game. And the swiping thing left and right, it's very simple. You can do it with one hand, commuting to work. You can make left and right swiping wherever you are in the world. So that's basically it. Back to you, Arthur.
Super. Yes. So like John said, one single type of a game where you're answering questions. That's it. So this is a trivia platform. That's the focus of the company. We do not want to engage in any gambling activities simply because we want this platform to be global. We want this to be open to any religions, any countries, without them hesitating. And also, it's very important that we are able to talk about winners, people who have won. We want this platform to move into the social sphere in a big way. Therefore, look, many of us during the early days talked about this US company called Skills. Very different model, but they also have skill-based games. And those guys over there have 3.5 million games being played every day, every single day. That's 40 games every second. So imagine we don't have 3.5 million. We have 1,000. Because in our games, we are always in control. Every game is going to have a winner. 1,000 games equals 1,000 winners. Imagine the type of noise this can create on social media when people start announcing, oh, I just downloaded this crazy application, played this game, took me 15 seconds, and I won $500. Imagine what that's going to do in terms of signups, attracting people to the platform. It's going to be massive, absolutely massive. And again, 1,000 games, that's a very conservative. That's a very conservative approach. Very quickly, we could be into hundreds of thousands. Anybody else would like to chip into that one?
Yeah, I was going to say, great point, Arthur. I think a lot of people that are building the business from the community side, I'm sure Adam's seeing the big numbers here today. Congratulations for everybody showing up and being here on a Sunday. Guys, listen, when you think about the one game concept, every company out there that has a game or games is pulling people off their platform into these other platforms. So the data, one thing about Andreas, you'll know, he likes to keep the data in-house, meaning that let's shop at our one game place. And some of you guys are ambitious about getting the game out, and you haven't even star qualified yet. You haven't even superstar qualified yet. You haven't even Director One qualified yet. You're saying, when's the game going to come out? If you want to be a fan, come in when the game comes out. If you want to build with us, then jump on, because that's this team here. That's why we came to answer your questions on how to advance your business, how to open up a new country. There's some incredible leaders on here today, as well as the head of our company outside of Andreas. I know a lot of you guys say, well, Andreas may need to answer this, and my Andreas may need to answer that. There's all these folks talk to Andreas on a daily basis, weekly basis, to make sure we bring the information to the field. So just remember, wrap your head around that. It's very important. The game is like the cream of the crop, right? The foundation is your income from the SuperOne platform, which is 100% right now. It's 100% running. As Arthur and the team and Adam and Samantha, and John putting together the comp. Think about this comp plan. This is a traditional comp plan that John created out of his own mind, put together for SuperOne, then coded this way that when Ripple comes in, folks, it pays out exactly how you're qualified for. There's not a company out there that has that technology. So wrap your head around that. And then you go, wait a minute, all I did is paid $100 and I'm waiting for the game to come out. Well, I only paid $500 and I'm waiting for the game to come out. Maura did a great job there in Ireland. Sam just promoted her, talked about her in the chat. She went online yesterday, Arthur, and she went out and bought another $500 package underneath one of her family members because I want more game credits. And she got paid for doing it. Because so you think about how to really solve the problem of game credits as we gear up for January, guys. Buy more game credits, enroll more people. You can go in and buy another package yourself. You can upload another $500 worth of game credits right now. You want to see your volume go through the roof? Cultivate your organization, go and upgrade their packages or multiply their packages. And you watch your volume go up, your game credits go up, and it's going to blow this up. So back to you, Arthur. Hope that answered your question, folks.
That's just to point down what you're saying, Steve, you're absolutely right. Look, the most important thing here is what we're here for, all of us are here for, is to help people earn a fantastic income. And they can do this simply by growing the community. The game, like Steve said, is a bonus. But you know, when that game comes out, it's going to be something that anybody can play. And the reason I'm saying that to you is because we're going to keep introducing categories which is going to appeal to the masses. So we're talking about, you know, when you're looking at the game, it isn't what I want everybody to try to understand about the game is, you know, the game, we want to launch a game that people are truly going to fall in love with. That's what fantasy wants. That's what Andreas wants. That's what we as a team want. We want something where people simply go, wow. And I believe we're getting close to that. I believe that the input from Fantasy, a world-class UX design agency, you know, look, first of all, hats off to Andreas for engaging Fantasy. And we're lucky that we had somebody who knew the managing director, the CEO of Fantasy, and hence we got recommended for that Fantasy to look at our project. They normally would not look at projects of our size. So we're lucky that Fantasy has been working with our developers, with Andreas. This is a huge thing, guys, because if you look at the kind of companies Fantasy works with, you know, you've got to be a well-established multi-million-dollar company to begin with before they even touch you. So we're very lucky that we've got this company working with us to develop the most viral game out there. But can you imagine people in India when we get to launch that Bollywood game, you know, people who love movies, when we launch the Hollywood game, when we, you know, sports fans, I know we're going to begin with the sports fans, and there's a reason for it, because the sports fans are people who spend money. The sports fans, there's millions, I mean, actually billions of sports fans out there. So look, as a business, we have to start somewhere. And I actually, again, love the decision by the corporate team to begin with the sports games first, because we already, through Ingo, have connections with obviously the Bundesliga footballers. And we also have in the UK, we're trying to build connections with the football stars within the UK. So I don't believe we could start off from a better point in terms of launching games than launching the sports ones. But they, just like Arthur said, we will go on to having more categories of games than I believe any other company out there in the world. But that's going to take time, because the algorithms, the database of questions, and all these things take time. But we're going to get there. We're going to be a game that everybody will be able to play, simply because there'll be a topic that can play the game on. So really important here, we are working towards building this Genesis community of 100,000 people. And that momentum that we're all working towards, from now to the early next year, that momentum is going to make a lot of people wealthy, because it's going to create the founders, whoever became a founder. Again, I want to recognize these people. A huge congratulations to them for achieving that lifetime bonus. Now, whoever achieves or gets people to become a Genesis community member is also positioning themselves to be able to financially benefit, because John Kalench has created the most dynamic, the most powerful, the fastest paying platform in the world. And all you need to do is just be part of it and help us grow that community. So back over to you, Arthur.
Super. We've got quite a few in there. Guys, let's just address the elephant in the room, the Ripple situation. Yet again, we kind of talk about this almost every time. Guys, there's no impact as such of XRP on SuperOne at all. We're not in a partnership. This is just the payment method that we use, the payment or the method to receive earnings. That's it. This is like, why do those local stores over there, why do they use pounds? Because that's just the agreement that it is. And of course, in the UK, it's a legal tender. It's the currency that we use. So we decided to pick Ripple because it's the fastest. If that one has difficulties like it has now, we are just adding more, just to give you more options, so that you decide, okay, Ripple fluctuates a little bit right now until everything settles down. We're going to instead use Ethereum, or we're going to use credit card. That's why we're already working on it. There is no impact whatsoever. If something happens to Ripple, it doesn't matter. We replace it with another one. Like with Ethereum, maybe if somebody isn't comfortable receiving live commissions in Ripple directly to the external wallets, we could introduce an Ethereum option. You could just store your earnings on the internal account for initially, and then several times throughout the day, however you fancy, you can be pulling those out, withdrawing them into your Ethereum wallet, for example. We're adding those options. There is no impact whatsoever. Anybody else?
May I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, so I am not worried about the Ripple situation. I want to give you my ideas on that. Number one is actually, I believe that the Ripple will not be low for a very long time. And every day that the Ripple is low right now, when you are getting paid in Ripple, you can accumulate more Ripple for the same effort, okay? So I'm more excited that Ripple is low. I would not be excited if the Ripple was $1 right now, believe it or not. But that's how you view things. That's one thing. So I think Ripple will go up big time in 2021 because Ripple is a global phenomenon. And I don't think that, for example, the biggest bank in Japan who is using Ripple, or MoneyGram who is using Ripple, that they will step back from Ripple because of this SEC issue. Well, I don't know the details about it, but that's my take on it. So I believe in Ripple and I stick to Ripple. The other thing is, if you get paid now in Ripple in this very moment, well, you convert your Ripple into Bitcoin. So you can get out of the Ripple right away. So if you're paid in this second, 2 seconds later, your Ripple is gone and you have converted it in Bitcoin. And if you're more comfortable with Bitcoin, convert it every day or convert it every 2 hours. Yeah, that's possible too. Actually, in my trainings early on, I did this many, many times. I want to repeat that today. Actually, one exciting thing about SuperOne is, and I want to really think about that, please, and spread it through your teams. We have here a product that is easy to use and easy to understand by anybody out there. and which is social and highly viral. So you can build a community, get paid in crypto, yeah? And what you could do, and what I recommend everybody to do, get involved, go viral, create a community, get paid in crypto, and convert the crypto into Bitcoin and keep it. And I am sure there will be people that are not in SuperOne yet that will finish 2022 with 1 or 5 or 10 or 20 or even more Bitcoins. So there will be people who will create real wealths in a compressed time while the world is hit by a pandemic and while the world is going to be hit by even a more severe financial crisis in 2021 and 2022. So go out and talk to as many business owners as you possibly can. I recommend to talk to people who own restaurants because they are more open than anyone else, and get people involved and spread that idea. With SuperOne, you can create your financial world apart the fiat world. Imagine, and I don't want to create any fears here, but imagine the euro would collapse. But in the same time the euro would collapse, you create maybe savings in Bitcoin, 1, 10, 20 or more Bitcoins. You could become a millionaire while everything is falling apart. So there's much more to it. And you can do this on the side. You can keep your job, you can keep your business. And many people maybe use this to leverage their business or to save their business. I am sure there's many people out there who have a restaurant and who can keep their restaurant because they create Ripple and convert it to Bitcoin or to euros to kind of sustain these difficult times. So we can save a lot of businesses, and because of that, also a lot of, people from going into unemployment. Because if a restaurant goes down, then the workers from the restaurant, they have no job anymore. Yeah. So there's so much to this. I'm highly motivated about this model, which is real time, it's real business, and it enables people to build real assets and wealth. And please inspire people and spread these words. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Hey, Arthur, there's a question there. Maybe Sam, you can hit this. It's from Davis. He says, I'm 19 years old and all my mates play a lot of games. It's been hard to sell on the game, sell one game. Any suggestions? You've got kids, tell them.
One game, that's all you need. Fortnite, it's just the one game, but you've just got different phases. You've got different seasons. So this is no different. SuperOne, it is a one game, but it's in different categories. You've got sport, you've got movies, you've got cars, you've got history. There's so many different facets within this one game that you can utilize. And what's great about it is it's Tinderized. So there's a dating aspect to it. There's a gaming aspect to it. If people want to win prizes, they can win prizes. So as a gamer, I mean, don't just think about it's just a one game. Think about the different areas that you can look at. I mean, as a gamer, there's possibly an area on games itself in terms of trivia, Fortnite questions. I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you're a Fortnite or a Manchester United fan, you would want to compete with your friends and who's got the best knowledge and win whatever prize at the end of it. So don't limit yourself to thinking it's just a one game. It's multifacets of categories in that one game. And the fact that you can win, you can do a lot of things. So this is just the start. This is huge. I mean, just think of the educational side of this within this platform, one platform. It's not just games, it's learning. I mean, we've even had aspects of talking about children getting involved in this. So there is an educational platform that can be involved in this. This could be huge. I mean, like, we're just starting, and I would actually just basically tell your friends that this is something that possibly can lead to something really, really big. I know Clash of Clans, which is 8 years ago, people are still playing it. It's just the one game. And all they've done is just added extra people to it, extra levels to it, but people are still playing it. I mean, that's how I'd sell it. It's no brainer there, really.
Yeah, wonderful. And also, and for Davis too, Sam, a lot of times he doesn't realize he's in his own business. And guys, to be 19 and own your own company, Adam, think about all of you guys. We all have family members, kids in our family. Being 19 and owning your own company, that's what you got to think about right here. Great job, Smith. Hey, Adam, there's a lady, Pamela, says, hey, that's awesome. The Super Game is live. I can't find the app. If you're here in the Zoom, you've already downloaded the app. Congratulations. So you're already in SuperOne. You already have full function. People aren't going to be able to get the game unless they come through the referral of you and I around the world. They may have promotions as we push out the press release, and Adam will highlight that. He's a specialist in that for not only corporations, but also for ours, and that's why he's where he's at. Adam, highlight a little bit about that for folks that may not understand that question there.
Yes, Steve, you're absolutely right. I mean, what we have here, this is a business. The app is live. People can get involved. The gaming credits is what we're actually purchasing right now. So we have a real product. So people must understand when we purchase a Super Wallet, we are purchasing a product, and that product is our gaming credits. And you are all launching your own business. And this is what makes it so dynamic. A business that as it grows, it pays you real time. And there is no opportunity like this. And it does not matter what age group you're from. It's legal in nearly most jurisdictions around the world because it isn't gambling, it's a skill-based game. So I think what people really fail to realize is just starting from $100, they're launching a global business. And that's what makes it so exciting. The tokens are just a bonus, but even those tokens that you're getting free as a bonus are something that you can obviously submit within they automatically submitted within the staking program, which give you additional rewards. So I think when you actually look at what you get simply with a Super Wallet, you're getting a global key turn business, which gives you gaming credits, which you can use in a viral type of game that's going to give you fun playing the game when it launches. At the same time, you can win prizes. So there's so much to it. The way our app simply works, there isn't an app like it, I would say. And a lot of this goes back to Arthur, Esther, developers, for fine-tuning this. And I believe where we are now, again, what these guys are doing is phenomenal. In about a month's time, few weeks time, months time, I believe it's going to look even better. The functions are going to be even better. So guys, for $100, you're launching a global business plus getting gaming credits, which you can use and have fun. And like you said, win prizes. There isn't anything like it on the planet right now.
Hey, Adam, I'm sorry, Adam, there's a question also from Mario. It's talking about the white paper. Another one of your expertise areas. You've been really making sure you're working with Andreas on this for the rebranding of our website, the white paper. What is a white paper? Just explain the white paper, not ours, because ours is already in place. We just haven't uploaded it yet. But just talk a little bit about what that means for somebody looking at SuperOne saying, I want to do a little bit more than 100. I want to do a little bit more than 500. I want to do a little bit more than 1,000. How can I participate at a level? Yes, I know I'm an owner of the company at even a $500 package, but what can I do a little bit more if I want to engage at that? What does the white paper do for somebody that has that mindset?
Super, good question. The white paper is literally your technical information on how the whole model works. Especially, we've had to adjust the white paper, update it. I think one of the most important things, Steve, and everybody, what we must understand is that what we are trying to do and what we've already done in certain aspects is create history. So we've created a totally new kind of model. We've got a niche in the market, and the white paper is something which explains to the technical people exactly how the whole obviously reward system works within SuperOne. Now, the exciting thing is that we're very close to obviously releasing the new white paper. We're making some final adjustments to it, but it is important because I've seen some of the questions on the Q&A here. People must understand that being compliant, this is one of the very few companies in this, and been in this space a while now, that actually takes compliance seriously. There are many programs out there and which are total Ponzi's or illegal schemes that are operating, and people are tempted to join them. I can assure everybody here, we have engaged some of the best legal teams out there, and the white paper is a reflection of the advice we have received, and we're updated that accordingly. And what I want everybody to understand is nothing beats peace of mind. So yes, initially, how the tokens were going to work was a little bit different, but your safety or the way we operate, everybody needs, we want to protect everyone. We want to protect the company. We want to protect our members. And that's why we've decided to readjust how tokens work. So like I said, that has obviously moved from what we originally, how we were going to reward people with the tokens, to then talking about profit share. I saw a question again in there about profit share. There is no profit share, ladies and gentlemen, because legally profit share would have made the tokens into a security. And security, the issues that Ripple has got right now with the SEC is the SEC is calling Ripple a security. So if one of the biggest crypto firms is having issues, hats off to Andreas again for thinking ahead and thinking, hang on, how can we make our company and our whole concept more compliant? So the white paper will go into details about the staking model. The white paper will give more information and clarity as to what are the legal opinion we've received. We have spent a lot of money with taking some of the best legal counsel out there to make this whole project more compliant. So where we are today with the staking model, we can be rest assured that this has come from some of the top crypto and MLM lawyers in the world, and our model is very much compliant from the legal advice we've taken, and the white paper will reflect all that. I hope that answers that question.
Good job, good job. Hey, Arthur, someone says, hey, I'm getting married. This is Richie
Kambu.
Yeah, so it says, he says that I'm getting married in June 2021. How can SuperOne help me arrive to this date? That means they want SuperOne to pay for it.
That's a great question. I like that question. I saw it as well.
Arthur or John?
That's very possible. It's
both married men. You bet. Wonderful.
Yeah, Asa first, and I will add some stuff towards it as well. Asa, go ahead.
Richie, get busy. Really get busy, because in terms of the potential, again, we say this many times. There is this, Mario also commented, talking about investors. Honestly, we don't want investors. We've done as much as we could have when we first joined to remove certain elements of the ecosystem that felt to us not well suited for what we are creating. We want to focus on everyday people, especially at this stage, people who do not mind reaching out to other members of the public. That's what we want to focus on. We have been part of seeing those investment type of projects where people drop 25, 50, 100K, whatever into things. It's a massive, massive pain, because they do nothing in terms of community growth, and they just have expectations. They are on your shoulders, pestering. Things often get very, very uncomfortable. I'm going to leave it there. We don't focus on investors. I don't want any investors here. I would much prefer to have 10 people who buy $1,000 packages than one person who buys $10,000 package. These 10 people are very likely would do something in terms of helping us grow. They will build the network. The more people they attract, the bigger our staking rewards. Remember that one person will do absolutely nothing, will be just a pain on your backside. This is why I'm not the best person to answer that question if you're going to be talking about investors, because honestly, I do not want them here. That's how it is. I'm very cutthroat, very black and white in this area.
Okay, good. Awesome.
Steve, I think you want to add something on John.
Yes.
I didn't actually cover, Richie, your question just yet, but I'm going to leave that for John.
Okay, so I will be a little bit long here, but yeah, first of all, I want to say I agree 100% with Arthur. I'm even more radical than Arthur in that matter. I said from the early days on that I will never encourage anyone to buy a bigger package than $500. I never speak about $1,000, $2,500 packages, because many people request them. They are there. But if people are smart and they have a $500 package and they want more, and there is nothing more than that, well, they could buy a second one and put a family member or whatever. So it's always ways to serve around, but that's not the real question here. So we are not looking for investors at all. We are looking for people who want to build this business, or who want to contribute strategic-wise, yeah, but not investors at all. So I am 100% with Arthur, and I'm even more radical in that matter than he is. I am a big fan of the $500 commitment because what I really want to appeal to people to understand, first of all, they get more value from the product. So it's like buying bulk, they get more credits. That's one thing. The other thing is the $500 level is a level where there is more skin in the game. It's a commitment, and it's a higher commitment for everybody all over the world. So it's a commitment in Germany, but it's also a commitment in Nigeria or India. So therefore the $500 price tag is very strategic. And if you look at my compensation plan, I designed it around the $500 pack. To become a founder or to become code qualified as such, the $500 section, you need to be at $500 and bring 3 people at $500 level. That's it. And to reply to your question, your name is Richie in Matadi. I know where that is. Actually, my wife is coming from that area. She grew up in Matadi. So nice to meet you. What I want to tell you is, in fact, what I'm training is that people create a basic business building block. What does that mean? To advance, to reach the top in this business, you take a very basic pattern in the compensation plan, which is to become code qualified. You get to the $500 level yourself, you get 3 personals to the $500 level, and you are code qualified 500. That's for me the key. And then it's about replicating that in a massive way. If you want to become a legend, you have to replicate many Siki people. You create a culture in your progeny about being code qualified at the $500 level. And if you want to be the #1 earner in SuperOne in 2 years' time, well, you have to make more people code qualified than anyone else in the game. That's it. That's how to get to the top. Actually, I spent a lot of time thinking about this and researching about this. And the easiest way to get to the top is not even to understand my complex compensation plan that I created, but it's to take this basic brick and build a big house with it. Because every house is built with bricks. A small house is built with less bricks than a big house, okay? And the brick is code qualified. So if you have 1,000 code qualified people behind you, you have a house. If you have 100,000 code qualified people behind you in 2, 3, 4 years' time, you don't even have a house, you have a skyscraper, which is 100 floors, okay? But the basic brick is this code qualified. So to get back to your question, Richie, is if you want to succeed quickly and have an amazing wedding, and I invite you to send us pictures when after it, is get into that mindset, build this way, create that culture, yeah? Reach out to your leaders and your uplines. I am glad to help also to come in and talk to your Zooms of your teams, etc., to put fire there and to do these trainings. I love to do that. I can do that in French as well, because I know Kinshasa is French speaking. And I am committed to help you to create an epic marriage wedding. The only thing that I require from you is that you are coachable and that you send pictures to all of us after that. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, John. Hey, listen, Arthur, we have Jane Jacobson asking about, listen, if I buy a package and I want to have an additional one, should I place it in my placement of my account, or should I place it in a family member or someone in my team? Maybe touch on that, because of course, John's compensation along with your programming works real well.
Super. Actually, we had a similar question. I think Kartik, it was you actually asking, and Tushar sent me a message. So the way we advise, again, everything that we do, you will very quickly recognize is all the features, capabilities is because we want you to benefit as the end user, as the customer. So if you're adding the same package, you could consider creating an account for somebody who could potentially become an active member, an active affiliate in the future. If you are increasing, I would always encourage you to add to your existing account. Very important, because there are so many additional benefits. So that's how we would do it. I wouldn't create just an empty account, an account that is going to be passive under you. It doesn't quite make sense. It's just easier to basically deposit into your existing account, click on a purchase. So I've given you 3 choices just so that you can make the best choice based on your circumstances. That's how I would consider that. We want, again, this is 100% affiliate based. We want to honor the work that our sponsors have done, inviting us into the business. This is why we said from the very beginning, we don't want anybody to be creating funny structures where they're opening up additional accounts and they only start building from them. We want sponsors to benefit. It's the 30% direct bonus. If you're going to lead by example, if you're going to allow your sponsor to receive 30%, then you would then have the right to expect the same from your team members. So we also have this element, kind of ethics of the whole profession of network marketing coming in.
Yeah, wonderful. Hey, also too, Samantha, we have somebody talking about the Performance Club, you know, how important it is, because this is really what Adam talked about, reverting over to, you know, the founders. Congratulations on all them. Now they're saying, all right, people are going around scrambling going, hey, well, if they're founders, how can I be in part of that inner culture? And that's the Performance Club. That's when you're qualifying for company revenue, folks. Get the big picture here. It's so simple. The average person in direct sales sponsors only 3 people after 3.5 years of working it. We've got people, our percentage rate of retention rate in SuperOne is 76%. That is a huge number. But Sam, how important it is for people to get qualified for that Performance Club, because that's a question we're talking about. Hey, I wanted to be a part of that founder group. How do I do that? The Performance Club is the placement for the next phase. The founders are the ambassadors. They're the eyes and ears of our company around the globe, making sure people are doing the right thing, staying compliant, as well as earning that percentage that they get for being a founder that Adam talked about. But it's so important, Sam, about people in that Performance Club. We're going to have a lot of performers in 2021.
It's a great initiative to have to be in the group, and all it requires is 3 people on your public leg to qualify, and thereafter on to earn the 3% of the company pool. So that's actually started, but it hasn't actually been released in the back office. So it's literally just activate 3 people on your public leg, and you are in the pool. So
you're saying it's commuting around behind the scenes right now. Right now in the system itself, it's already holding all that. That's how it's coded in the blockchain that Arthur talks about and Adam talked about. But in that, so you're saying 3 enrollments, they have 3 personal enrollments on the public leg community, which opens up the Performance Club for inner, and then of course there's shares in it, right? There'll be other people have 5 people, 6 people. They get more shares of company revenue. So the more you enroll, the more shares you potentially could have, but how that works, that's a powerful thing to be a part of. And then you're saying just 2 enrollments, Sam, every month thereafter.
Yes. Have to say it's the $500 packs that you qualify into this performance pool. So you yourself have to be a $500 pack, and the 3 people you bring in to start off have to be a $500 pack, correct?
Yeah, great question out there, folks. Thanks for sharing that.
Okay, may I say something as well? Adding to that. So the thing is, again, you see this pattern that I spoke about before. To come into the Performance Club, you need 3 on the public leg. It's again, you get in and you get 3. And it's just about replicating that infinitely. It's so easy. And we will see people here getting to the top of the plan that don't even understand the plan, that they don't have to. Okay? I even suggest you guys, don't waste time on educating people on the plan. Take people by the hand and say, let's do this together. And run with it. There is one guy in Germany, I wanted to tell you that story. He has done something really, really exciting. His name is Stefan Lübbers. Most of you, I think, know who he is. He's one of our best leaders in SuperOne. And he created a sampling idea with our product. So which means if you have credits, you can play, but you can also give these credits to people and have them play, and they become your customers, eventually maybe even business owners in your tree. Yeah. And this enables people to sponsor a lot more people. Yeah. Imagine you get in at the $500 level, and you give all the credits, and you create an army of players with that. And some percentage will convert to build the business as such as well. So the possibilities are amazing. Yeah. Just think about that. We facilitate to really become part of the performance club. Imagine people get into the performance club. They get to share in the global sales of the company. If they take just that chunk of money every month to buy more credits to introduce more people. Yeah. It's like in the product companies, you buy, I don't know, some juice, and you give a bottle to your neighbor for him to try the product and get hooked to the product. We can do exactly the same thing here. Sampling in network marketing is the best and most applicable way to introduce new people. And we made that just happen digital here. So that's really, really powerful. That's how we are on the bottom end, reaching millions and millions and millions of players. The influencers, they can give away credits on their Instagram accounts or on their TikTok or whatever. This is huge, guys. This is huge, guys. And once the performance pool is out there, you will hear me talking only about the performance pool. If somebody calls me, John, explain me the compensation plan, I will tell you, I explain you the performance pool, and I will make fire under your ass that you create as many people to join the performance pool with you as possible. And it stops there, because you don't need to know the compensation plan. Become a legend, and then I will explain you.
Wonderful, John. Listen, we want to stay on track, John. We got a short period of time here. Just to let you guys know, we've got just about an hour. We want to make sure we have a hello from Ingo, our, of course, legend here at SuperOne. I want to make sure. Hey, listen, John, you know that performance club, you just had Richie just pay for his wedding right there. That's what he's going to do with that. He's not going to buy more game credits. He's going to pay for his wedding. So congratulations on that. But Arthur, I'm going to pass it back over to you or to Adam to introduce for Ingo. And then, of course, I know we're getting tight on time, guys. A lot of great questions today. We'll pass it right back to you, Joe.
We're gonna speed things up to make sure that we're gonna finish at 3 o'clock. But of course, before we do, we wanted to give the mic to our master distributor, Ingo Mebus, was just joined us. Ingo, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Arthur, to give me the possibility to talk. I'm still a little bit ill, but to the performance pool, I think the best tactic you can build, if you think about buying a second pack with $500, why you don't pay 50 people $10 packs, 25 on your pay deck, 25 on the public deck, and then you will wait. They will get trained by us, and they will buy higher packs and getting your shares of the performance pool as well. And these people are direct contact to you, and they bring each 5 or 10 players, and you have a big crowd of players with less investment or a little money you give away. This is maybe a strong strategy, I think.
You bet, Ingo. It sounds great. We're definitely going to highlight that. You're one of the first legends in our platform here at SuperOne. Congratulations. You and also one of your proteges, Patrick Wang, another legend here at SuperOne. Congratulations for helping us lead the field out there across the globe. A lot of great questions that came in today, Ingo. Of course, this panel did a phenomenal job of running through all the details. Arthur and Adam put things together in motion and doing a phenomenal job. John, of course, the framer, and Sam and I just out there being the little soldiers out there every day, as we all are trying to do our best to make sure we keep the lights on. And guys, listen, it's important to realize hearing from Ingo is such a really classy thing in a lot of ways. I mean, he's in Germany. He's, of course, a leader in the industry, obviously a 7-figure plus in this space. But beyond all that, the understanding how the direct sale industry really moves. And it's taking products like we have digitally. Nobody, folks, has a product like SuperOne in a digital platform. Adam knows that. Arthur knows that. John, Samantha, myself, and Ingo. We all know that we've got the best of the best. And I know there's some phenomenal questions we haven't touched on. I know Arthur will do that throughout the rest of the week as we highlight some little hot spots we'll put into the group. But make sure you folks are ranking up. It's so important for us to understand what we're building here. You don't have to be a salesperson. Say, hey, how would you like to make an extra $300 this week? Hey, how would you like to make an extra $500? How would you like to launch your business today? Get that investment word out of your presentation. All you guys worldwide, multiple different languages here. I know I may talk a little fast, and I apologize for that. But it's so important for us to understand what we're building. If we're going to build a multi-billion-dollar company, we got to have tens of thousands of people out there believing in where we're going. And Arthur and everybody that's built that confidence in all of us, every one of us that are here, Ingo, John, Patrick, all the other leaders, there's so many leaders that aren't even here with us today. And you guys spent an hour with us. That's a lot out of your day on a Sunday somewhere around the globe. You took the time to say, hey, I'm worth it. I want to believe it. You bet.
Sorry for interrupt you.
Not a problem.
Time is short.
Love having you.
What I'm doing, I'm going to all the people which are self-employed in my town or near to where I meet them, yes, or I contact them, which are now working in hotels and scared by Corona, their business going down. They hope they come back and say, oh, I can't do this network or this. I say, take this time and network. You're getting in our teams, you're getting trained in PR work, in social media, in marketing, everything you learn here, how to talk with people, how to act with people, you can use for your main business when it's open back again. If not, it's not bad to have two income streams in your life. Think about, it's not, you make fast money, 100K in a week. This is not the story we tell. This is a long-term business. You build now a business and you build it now and in 2021. And then you have the next years a lot of fun with this. We are not here for one summer. We are here long, long time. I'm working with the company now more than 2 years with Andreas. And I know this system is built with many, many things which are coming in the next months and in the next years to stay for a long time. And you can build your future. You can give it like I did to my children as a Christmas present. Why they don't need the 10,011 new handy? I give them a $500 pack. I paid for them. And I say, you can invite 50 grown-up people, which I give $10 as Christmas present. And they can run the business now.
Wonderful.
On that $10, actually, it would be good to address that. I saw those questions as well. There is one from Tejas and Sibanze about the $10 packs. Guys, it is our focus for this upcoming week to work with our developers and do our best to be sure that these mini wallets and the performance pool are out. We know that certain people are kind of waiting. Maybe they're waiting before they get in. At the same time, they get stressed out because they want to secure the credits and tokens before this big promotion, before the discount is removed. This is our focus for the upcoming week. We want both to come out. John is excited. Everybody is. One thing that it requires a little bit of a vision, because what we have put together, and there are many things that are 95% ready. That's why maybe you feel that it's been quiet, that there haven't been many releases. It's like when you put puzzles together. My daughter absolutely loves it. You go around the edges first. It takes you a lot of time to go around. But once you've done that, you just boom, 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 everything's finished. That's exactly how this is being done now. We've done the edges now. We've done the frame. We now need to put those missing pieces. So you're going to see a lot of that coming out. Again, mini wallets, performance pool, that's our focus until the end of the year, because we want to be sure that people who have been waiting for those, that they can get in and secure the discounts. Adam, you haven't spoken to me yet, so we're going to let you to wrap up the call and finish.
I want to say something quickly.
Yeah, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
I will be really quick this time, but I'm fired up. I cannot sit still. So as an excellent point, I love metaphors. And this with the puzzle, I write it down. It's really brilliant. It explains the situation very, very well. Ingo said something very interesting about the longevity of this. And Ingo, you might correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm right, I think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is airing in Germany now for the 22nd consecutive year and attracting millions of viewers on each show after 22 years. And the thing is, SuperOne to me is like 4 levels ahead of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, because we are mobile, we are viral, we are global, and actually Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, they are doing well on TV, and you have hundreds of millions of people, maybe even in the billion, watching it all over because the format is all over, but they have not really done anything in mobile. There's a mobile application, but it doesn't go anywhere. They didn't capitalize on mobile. I had a longer discussion regarding that with Andreas, And what we are going to unleash here is so much ahead. And I see here the chance to have a digital business which will carry us on over decades. This game will be working over years and years and years to come. And that's my motivation to be here, to prove the world wrong, because in the digital space in MLM, companies don't last normally. Whereas there is the Googles, the Yahoos, and the Facebooks who are digital and have been around for 15, 20, 25 years. And there's no reason why not a direct selling company with a digital product can be there for 10, 20, 30 years. And this we will prove it works. And we have the product that will make people stick for years to come. And then we will be a digital direct selling business, which is around in 10 years, 20 years. That's why I created this beast of a compensation plan. That's my motivation to contribute to this community.
Thank you, John. May I interrupt you for a short minute?
Ingo, 10 seconds. I hope you guys will join me in this mission to make this company viable as a digital business in the direct selling space, as the only one to last for years and decades to come. Thank you. Back to you, Ingo.
For me, the most important reason to join SuperOne, to be part of the corporate team, to work close to Andreas, to bring John here to the company as well, was the reason how Andreas explained me that he's 100% focused on being legal everywhere in the world. And he's willing to build a global ecosystem, which can be duplicate everything we want. We can put every new part inside in the next months, years, everything, yes? SuperOne will never be finished. It will grow like child's grow. They are never grown up, your childs. It grows, we getting by the interest of the people, we connect them to SuperOne, maybe by sports, by music, whatever your interest, whatever your hobby is, yeah? You will find it at us. You like to watch movies, you can answer the questions to movies. You like sports, you may be a fan of a football team, and you are very good with this. Then you win prizes, battle each other friends of this team, yes? And this is one thing very important. It's for many, many fans, much important to be in the 8 list. I am one of the 10 or 100 best fans in the world of, for example, Manchester United, yes? This is very, very good. And they can share it everywhere.
Amazing stuff.
Every other company out there, I see every day any companies which are telling, oh, you're getting rich, and all these stories, yes? Here, everything is 100% legal, the game, the business model, everything we have, yes?
Thank you so much, Ingo. Amazing contribution. Look, what John said, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire has been around for decades and still extremely popular. So what we're creating is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on steroids. Again, what Ingo said, compliance. I don't think we really take this, give it enough importance, or realize how important this is. So we are building a legacy company which is compliant. Like I said earlier, we are spending a lot of money engaging some of the best legal teams and taking advice and following up on that advice. And hence the new white paper, when it's released early new year, will highlight that to you. All I can say, is that we've got something extremely special here. I want to thank my colleagues on the call today, Samantha, Steve, Arthur, John, Ingo, for being on here today. And more importantly, I thank all the leaders who took their time out today on a Sunday to be here. You're proving you are top leaders. Knowledge is power, and being on the call and sharing, obviously, this platform with us by asking these questions is so important. Look, we want to create a very thorough FAQ, frequently asked questions, and these obviously webinars we're going to have, these open Q&A questions we're going to have, are going to help us get that ready sooner rather than later. So please email Arthur, az@super.one, email me, aa@super.one. Any questions you have, we will try to include those questions and answer to those questions in the FAQ document that we are producing. There is so much happening. A new website getting released. We have a new marketing director in Gareth, who's obviously trying to get a lot of things over the line for us. We've got the presentation very close to being released. We've got assets being done, videos being worked on, explainer video, teaser video. There's so much happening. 2021, we want to make sure we can get this marketing toolbox to everyone who can then help, which will help you along with the training that Steve, Samantha, myself, and all the leaders are going to do. We both, Samantha and Steve, do some great training sessions. We're going to continue with the attraction marketing of social media training, because when that toolbox is introduced, along with the surprise that Arthur and I are going to obviously let you know about, we're working on a software which is going to transform your business. Exciting times ahead, everyone. Thank you so much. Have an amazing Sunday wherever you are in the world. Take care, and we'll look forward to connecting with you all soon.